You were incredibly nice. You were nicer than anybody had ever seen Conor McGregor be.
Yeah,
towards that.
Do you feel he's changed since before the fight in January? Do you think he's changed?
I don't give a fuck about him, to be honest. It's just how I am. He's a corpse, a dead body, a blank face, a blank face, a blank face.
Thank you for joining me once again, and welcome back to Keenan K TV. Conor McGregor going into his fight with Dustin Poirier has this no opponent mentality.
I will go forward and I will go at him. You know what I mean? It's a fight at the end. It doesn't matter who. There is no opponent. There is no opponent. There's no Jose Aldo. Who the f is Jose Aldo? There's no one. There's no one. You're against yourself. And I just feel like I'm able to beat myself. You know what I mean? I can beat me mind.
Now, this no opponent mentality is something he carried all the way through his career. For the most part, Conor McGregor's opponents most of the time have always pulled out, and then he would have a replacement. So ultimately, he would have to be preparing himself to be able to fight any style at any given moment. His coach said training camps were 90% general and only 10% specific. And coming in back into this fight with Dustin Poirier, the mentality of carrying himself in that type of a manner through a training camp, only focusing on mixed martial arts, is exactly what he needs. One thing about Conor McGregor is this: he does not worry about the opponent. He does not care about beating the opponent. The opponent is simply a tool and an obstacle for him to overcome, for him to defeat. The opponent's face is only merely a blur. It only symbolizes adversity and victory. And Dustin Poirier right now in the eyes of Conor McGregor is only just that. Conor McGregor is a fighter who doesn't get hung up on the past, whether it is his victories or his defeats. He only simply moves on and carries on. But let's focus on the defeats. When he got submitted by Nate Diaz in the first fight, he carried himself with the shoulders back, chest puffed out, open to all ridicule and all defeat. He carried himself through it. He focused. He chose to believe in himself once again and come back and defeat the man who defeated him. He knew what he had done wrong and he came back, corrected it. When it comes to Khabib Nurmagomedov submitting him, think about the entire setup of the entire event and the fight, the biggest bad blood he's ever had against anybody, arguably the most one-sided defeat in his career. And after he got tapped out, look at his face. A triumphant, roaring eagle, and Khabib is just overpowering him in that moment. He looks him in his eyes, then looks away. Immediately, he's already forgotten about that. He already carried on. It's already over. It's already done. It's already in the past. He's already thinking about how he can correct himself. Then he goes on this campaign of going after Khabib. Who has ever gone after Khabib? Nobody. So think about that. He actually genuinely believe that if he had the chance to fight him again, that he would beat him. Whether you and I think he does or not is irrelevant. His mentality just shows how strong he really is after getting defeated so dominantly. But let's move over to his fight with Dustin Poirier. After getting defeated, the same rule applies. He got up and he carried on. He put a smile on his face and he knew that he would be back. However, it is exactly that smile and that happiness this time around we will not be seeing from Conor McGregor. After beating Donald Cowboy Cerrone in a fight where the build-up was all smiles and happy and hugs and respect this and respect that, going into a fight with Dustin Poirier, who is a good guy in nature, and really having nothing bad to say about the guy, he carried on with this momentum of kindness and happiness and this good guy persona. But ultimately, in some way in his head, it kind of backfired, because going into his fight with Donald Cerrone, he needed that win and he knew it immediately. As soon as the bell rung, he knew that it was game on and no holds barred. Go, go, go. Against Dustin Poirier, it was a little bit different. He goes into that fight thinking still that after coming off of a win, he doesn't really need that win. Or let's just say the urgency is not as much as it was against Donald Cerrone. He didn't really have his back up against the wall, but now he does. And now with the fallout, with the charity event and the donation and everything that surrounded it, Conor McGregor won't be smiling as much, let alone be kind.
You were incredibly nice. You were nicer than anybody had ever seen Conor McGregor be.
Yeah,
towards an
that.
opponent.
I just wanted to pat him on the head almost, you know. That's kind of the way I felt with it, but that's gone now. It's on now.
Kindness is something that in this fight, in my opinion, will not be playing a big role anymore. In the second fight, I felt personally that aside from the fact that Conor McGregor came in one-dimensional, he also had this tendency of as soon as he landed something good, boom, he would just stare at it. He wouldn't try to follow it up with anything else that he has in his arsenal. Aside from the fact that he was one-dimensional, so going into his arsenal that deep was not present. This time, in my opinion, it will be, but we will see. The point was this: when Conor McGregor connected with his beautiful 1-2, or that lead and uppercut that was really powerful, he just simply walked forward without any urgency. Usually when Conor McGregor is able to connect big, he senses the danger, he senses what he has done to the opponent, he senses blood, and he senses the finish. And then he would kind of just build it up, but he kind of took a backstep. In this fight, I don't believe any backsteps will be taken. And not taking his foot off the gas pedal will be the most important fact going into this fight. Conor said that he tried to get his rounds in, he tried to prove something to himself, to the people, by standing up in his corner and this and that.
Both through his body multiple times.
He said you caught him, but you didn't follow up. Why not?
Because here's another thing, because I was trying to get the rounds. I wanted to get rounds in, but then I realized I'm not paid by the f***ing hour here. There's none of that going on this time, trust me on that.
So all of these things were just external influences in my opinion. When it comes to Conor McGregor, his internal has always been correct for the most part, and then when it comes to fight night, he knows what he has to do. It is just a tunnel vision and nothing really matters at that point. So neither Dustin does he care about, neither does he care about going the full 5, neither does he care about preserving himself, neither does he care about having a good scrap, things of that nature. He doesn't care about any of that but the ultimate goal, and the ultimate goal has always been demolition. And come fight night, that will be the mindset that Conor McGregor will be in, and in my opinion, it is a better preparation, a better mindset that he had going into the second fight. Aside from the clear, obvious, single nature that he fought in the second fight, correcting that will be the easiest thing. His mentality, correcting that, in my opinion, was going to be the hardest thing, but looking at him now, he's going right after Dustin Poirier.
That this time, you know, it wasn't reciprocated. It was shady. It's not that I didn't know about it. It's not that I didn't know the intentions, but now the intentions are clear, and I'm going to punish him for that. Because he knows he got electrocuted in both rounds. He got rattled. I had him out on his feet in both rounds, multiple times in the first and even in the second, a bad one in the second. So, you know, he knows the shots he ate, and he's going to eat a hell of a lot more of them, that's for sure.
He's going right after for what he wants, and what he wants is to be the best. And right now, Poirier stands in the way of that. In the end, will Conor McGregor be able to put Dustin Poirier away? Only time will tell. For now, leave in the comment section down below what you think of this matchup. Who will win? Be sure to let me know. If you are new, leave a like on this video and subscribe to my channel with the bell notification turned on. And as always, I have been Keenan from Keenan KTV, signing off. Later.